Good morning. My name is Kelly Bowker and I'm a channel. Welcome to Present Moment Magic. I'm so happy to have you here. I'd love it if you would like or subscribe to my channel. That would be great. Leave me a comment. Sometimes people leave questions in the comments and that's always fun. Today I was puttering around my house. It's a Saturday morning and it's kind of overcast and my hubby Michael is busy. I'm just puttering around doing a little bit of housework, as you can tell by how I look, quite frankly. And a question came into my mind, and I thought, I don't often have questions. I usually go off the questions of other people. And so I thought I would take a minute and just share with you the process of my own personal asking a question and seeing what I get for an answer. So, my question is, when we're just puttering around, we all have basic tasks we have to do, I mean, we might spend hours driving, we might spend hours cleaning, whatever it is. Those mundane tasks that we all have to do. What is the purpose of life in those moments? And I that was just such an odd thing to drop into my mind. It's easy to think about what our purpose is when we are interacting with people. It's easy for me to know my purpose when I'm in prayer or I'm toning or I'm channeling or I'm those kinds of things. But it isn't clear to me when I think about it. It's like, are these just like cosmic pauses in our day? Is there anything happening? So that's the question that I'm going to ask. What is the purpose? How do we interact with our daily tasks in such a way as to get the most benefit? And what is the potential benefit? And yeah, so I think they know. I think they know what I'm asking. So I'm going to start by taking a breath and just connecting to all the energy of all of you, because all time is now. Ariakoma si iti arkoto omarakiana ko oto orokumariana ki. Arakiara koso oma arakina arakumaraki so orikiata atkita so omanaki. Ariamono ko arikiatisi ki atoma ki atiarokosini anakotoro mariana ki. Akia soto otoriana ko atoriana kuma akiatiana koso okorokota. There is no point, dear ones, in the journey of the human that is not adding to the evolutionary progress of the individual. We would say that there are times when you are going about your daily chores and you have completely surrendered to the programming, that subconscious mind chatter that has the ability, even though it is not deliberate, to lower your frequency in that moment. You all understand that of which we speak, the thoughts that are generated through the filter of the programming from childhood, meaning those internal beliefs about yourself that you agreed to prior to coming to planet Earth. And you knew that the object of the game was to unravel the programming. You also knew that there would be a potential that you would not find your way to this knowing. And you were not concerned about that when you were deciding to incarnate. You knew that you had infinite amounts of what humans would call time. We would refer to it more as opportunity. You knew that there would be repeated, ample opportunity for the evolution of your soul, your higher self, the all. These words matter not. It is all about the expansion, the conversion of energy, the expansion of that which we would think of. It is not exactly accurate, but for the sake of this discussion, we would say the light. For all energy is available now, and the energy is either of the light or it is absence of light. All one. And this is a simple truth for your understanding. Sikia koto umarakia tara oro mariana kasatara ariana koto oro koto toriana ki. Arakiara kumara asiara koto uno. So as you speak of your purpose on planet Earth, to state simply, it is to come forth as a human, to take on the rules of the game, including the programming that will happen for all of you, each of you in its own way, with its own intention, much of which is decided before you even come forth. And then to live this incarnation, finding your way back to the knowing of your own sovereignty, the knowing of your own potential. So as you are puttering about your days, doing what you refer to as the mundane tasks of life, we would remind you that we have no such distinguishing thoughts. We do not see any task nor any event or happening, experience of your life as being better or worse than the other. Now that is a lot for you to wrap your mind around. But we would agree that from the human perspective, that when there is a big event going on, there is much focus and there's much thought and there's much intention and more opportunity for the expansion, which is the purpose. And we would say, if you could bring those components into your daily activities, into all of your activities, you would find a remarkable effect upon your life. For what we are saying is, when there is something going on in your life, it brings you out of the mindless flow that is part of the programming into what is happening before you. And it is much easier for you to be deliberate, to be intentional, to consider your words a bit more carefully, perhaps, in the circumstance that has presented itself. To breathe into your knowing as you consider the next action. To rely on that which is the greater part of yourself. To take your next step. And we would say to you that that intention, we would even go so far as to say intentionality, in your day-to-day tasks, when you remind yourself that all of your thoughts, all of the words that you speak have power, have creative energy. They go into the cosmic soup that is creating your life. What could be more important than intentionally minding your thoughts? So as you are doing your laundry or sweeping your floors, there can be an intentional thought of joy to just do one of the many, many processes that have been brought through people like this one and many others. Whatever game, whatever tip, trick, or hack resonates within your own mind that helps you come to the present moment and know you have the ability to intentionally magnify the vibration of love, joy, happiness, oneness, knowing, expansiveness. We're not saying that it is to be the path of the human, to be so nervous and vigilantly guarding your mind. But we are saying that there is no moment of your lifetime that does not have creative ability. There is no moment that is seen as better or worse from the perspective of Source. It is simply about you knowing that you have the power and the ability to add to the joy of your life, and you have the power and the ability to add to the sorrow. And it is up to you to decide moment by moment which you want to put your energy of this moment, for there is energy in all moments, creative fodder for creation in all moments. The more deliberately you live your life, the more intentionally you live your life. The more intentionally you live your life, the greater the outcome. We would remind all of you, including this one, that no one is keeping score. This is a practice. I hate the word practice. But it indeed, dear one, it is a practice. It is a decision. And it is for you to sit in the moment, knowing that you may not see the magical happening right before you in this particular moment, but we can assure you that there is a collective momentum, a collective gathering of the energy to bring forth that which you are creating. So you, in your day, intentionally generate within yourself, perhaps with the process called the sandbox process, when you just play in your mind and you laugh at yourself and you think this is silly. But the energy of that frolicking and that fun with yourself has great, great magnetic potential. When you even spend time, not in your mundane tasks, but in your, what we would call your meditation time, your prayer time, when you spend time working with yourself, loving yourself, creating that relationship with yourself, this all goes in to this beautiful anticipation of the magic that is going to be part of your life. So we invite you to this knowing, dear ones, and we invite you to not hold your own feet to the fire. We have no intention around that. This is something that you will come into and you will come out of. And then you will realize that the monkey mind has been leading the show for a while, and you'll say, monkey mind, we are ready for you to be done. And you take the reins again, you get behind the wheel of the car, and you start driving. And that is probably the greatest purpose of any moment, to be the deliberate creator of your own life. That it is up to you, that you can choose your emotional output. You can choose how to create your own vibration. And there has been many, 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 many layers of knowing brought through to this dimension around this, as most of you who are here listening already know. Take this into the whole mix. There is no one that is better than the other. It is what resonates with you. What feels good in your own being. That is your communication between you and the part of you that is your higher self. Let your own wisdom be your guide. It's a marvelous, exciting adventure, and there is limitless opportunity for expansion. And with this, we will say goodbye. Oh, that was cool. They don't often say goodbye like that. That's cool. Oh, I loved that. I hope it resonated with you. It was what I needed to hear, because I got kind of flippity-floopy in my mind, but it's being deliberate and intentional about your life, and it doesn't matter what we're doing. If we're shoveling dirt, it just doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. So with that, I will say goodbye. Blessings to you all. Leave me a comment. Email me if you want to be part of my tribe. I have some wonderful, exciting things that are going to be coming up, and I'd love to have you be a part of it. I'm in the process of putting together a book club where we're going, I don't exactly know how it's going to look yet, but we are going to do a deep dive into my second book, which is where the angels came through and all the knowings around our energy and how to interact with our energy. It is going to be so awesome. And I know it's going to be awesome because when I picked my book up the other day and I started to read just a paragraph, I felt the energy and I felt the addition to the knowing that I was reading. And I thought, okay, they're ready to tell me some more about all this stuff. So I think it's going to be really cool. So keep that in mind. I'm also getting ready to plan a retreat for the fall. And yeah, stay tuned. Yeehaw. Bye-bye.